That's what drives me crazy about out here. As I always say, it's way too much land. Stitches of wall, stacked rocks, bricks. But yet, when I get out here, I just can't lock on to anything definitive. It's just huge. Well, hey everybody, welcome to an explorative Not Thursday in New Hampshire. We are going way out there. I had to hike 1 mile to get to this point to start. Last summer, I did a video where I went out into this massive area for a hike, and I found what we presume to be Indian mounds. They were very far away from any of the old colonial home sites where they were stacked. There was no logic to it for anything colonists would have done in that location. So what I'm going to do today is we're going out further. Because in the 10 years that I've been exploring out here, there are many sections that I've never gone to. Because it's miles across, but as you can see, we have walls that jet out all over the place. I don't know, beautiful autumn day. I figured, let's just go explore today. So let's hit the trail. I guess when I say trail, I kind of mean this. I guess it's in between the cross of a game trail and ancient trail, but it follows the wall. So that's always had me curious in its own. Well, 10 minutes in, the trail goes in the opposite direction of the wall. So we're just going to jump on the wall and see where it goes. And obviously, we're looking for anything old, ancient, indigenous people, colonial people, loggers 100 years ago, whatever. All right. So my approach today is skirting this small mountain. That's where the presumed Native American stuff was. And off to my right, a mile back that way, is where the colonial stuff was. So it's all the in-between that's the mystery, but somebody spent some time building this wall in not good land. Now see, that's interesting. That's not a natural deposit, that's stacked. Huh. And you know, you may think, well, what's the big deal? There's 10 rocks stacked in the woods. We really are in no man's land. This small hill, mountain, it's rugged on all 3 sides. I've been around it. Never way out here. The colonists were not doing anything out here. That wall that we've been following could very well be a marker, but these stacked rocks are definitely intriguing, especially on this side, as bad as it is. They definitely weren't clearing the land in here. You know, these are the observations that you can easily make, because look, see how bad it is? There's like 6-foot swells out here with rocks popping out of the ground everywhere. So when you see a small stack, it definitely piques your interest. So our wall ended a long ways back, which confirms they were not, closing this in for livestock. It's just some kind of border wall. I'm probably 20 minutes off of where it ended. I headed in this direction. Interesting over there. A lot of sun getting in. Let's take a peek-see. It's just been a lot of the same. Not very good land, settlement-wise. Oh, this is nice. Yeah. All the trees are dying up on this little peak. That's why the sun's coming in. No cart paths, no other walls. I've even stopped seeing the stacked rocks. This is good, because I've never been out here and I'm curious for a while. Hopefully that was a deer I just saw. Way up. I'm going to go up that way next, but I'm seeing lots of bear activity on the ground. Doesn't surprise me out here. All right, let's head up. Oof. Well, we're reaching the peak of something. Wow, different grass. Just different. Quite nice, actually. Huh. So, this is what's at the top of this one. Alright, I'm gonna head down off the southwesterly side, because that's where the most land is. It also looks the worst. Time to stop for some juice. So at this point I am 3 miles into my trek. I just was led to this little flat spot. Older tree, considering the rest of them. What's more intriguing about spaces like this is no walls. I'm hoping to find a cart path, because knowing the land as well as I do, you always, in these rough areas in between settlements, you'd always find somebody was sneaking through because they didn't want to have to go all the way around. So I'm going to have a little drink break, and we're going to keep going in the same direction. It just keeps going down and down and down, which, you know what that means for the way out. So I just walked down for like 12 minutes, and I popped onto what looks like a cart path way out here. Interesting. Didn't know this was out here. Then again, I completely bushwhacked my way through to here. So let's follow it for a bit, or all the way. See why it's here. Well, our cart path has turned into a single track trail. But the interesting thing is, with as far as I've gone out, I just crossed a wall, and as you can see from, the last clip, whenever that was, how different it is vegetation wise. So we've just probably stepped into a farm. This could be 100 acres out here or more. Could be a cellar hole out here. So I'm just going to do the usual, follow the path of least resistance, this trail, and see what's out here. That wall has got to be 1.5 miles easily, without even blinking an eye, line of sight straight off the dead road way out there. Obviously I've been bushwhacking and coming in from every angle, but roughly guessing where we are. Well, that's a interesting sign. I've gone so far over, I think I'm getting close to where a current road is. It's still quite a ways. This is actually a good sign, meaning this land was accessible, well, back then. I don't even know what it is. But when you find cars out in the middle of the woods, it means somebody was able to get out here. And the trail I've been following, again, maybe old cart path. I don't know, just gonna keep going on, but surface find of the day. Oh yeah, so look at this. That is another great and interesting sign. Bricks. Huh. Yeah, somebody was out here. Well, that's interesting. So I'm coming up on a wall, my shadow. That might actually be the wall I crossed a while ago, way back there. Because I went in, down, out. Huh. Oh. It's not a complete wall, it's broken. Huh. But looking down there, there's a break, so the course I followed with the bricks brought me back to the wall, way over. Break that leads up into here. Puzzling. Stacked rocks. A few piles of them. That's what drives me crazy about out here. As I always say, it's way too much land. Stitches of wall, stacked rocks, bricks. But yet, when I get out here, I've never been over here though, I just can't lock on to anything definitive. It's just huge, absolutely huge. I am miles out. Well, that's an interesting setup. I just spent 15 minutes, I walked the wall that way, it got wet, came back this way, the wall disappears, and then this thing looks like a blind on two sides in the middle of all this. I don't think it's a cellar by any means, but lots of mysterious stacks out here. Wow. See? You never know what you're going to stumble upon in the middle of nowhere. Stove. Huh. Well, that's interesting. We are off the backside of the hill where the mysterious stacked rocks are, and that's where they are down here too, way down. We've basically gone in a big circle and we're starting to make our way back. The stove. That's something else. It's got to be pretty old too, because there's no heavy signs of logging. Could have been a camp. But even at that, getting in here, wow. Well, I'm right back where I started filming. You can see it's a lot less brighter out. For a grand total of 6.03 miles. Nice. New Hampshire area code. And then just one more mile down the dead road. 7 miles today. Today was supposed to be an easy day. I said, you know, just go out and go for a little exploration. Well, this area will continue to be a mystery to me. Now, with all that walking we did, my guess is we've only gone like 20% of the way in. It's wide and it's long, but strips of wall, sometimes it's just 100 feet. This one, we're back on a colonial farm, and then it just ends, and then it's just out. But little strips of wall in terrible land. The stacked rocks, which I think are pre-colonial, because it just doesn't fit. It doesn't fit the consistency of, you know, all the other colonial spots. The bricks. Those bricks were right on that trail, right in the brook, very rocky. They were lugging them somewhere. And of course the car. Even my walking stick gave out. And of course the car, which means that at some point in time you could still drive up to that point. But I was in and out of bushwhacking, trail, cart path, all over the place. So thanks for joining me. People ask, how do you find great sites? You got to do this, and you got to do it all the time, because you learn the land, you learn more and more about your area, and eventually you'll run out of space, you'll put the pieces together, and you'll find them. And I'm gonna find them. All right, everybody, enjoy your Not Thursday.